Bang, bang. What's going on, guys? This is the main event on Talkin Hands. Preston here alongside my co-host, Mr. Danny Betts. We're here to break down this Saturday's main event. Devin Haney, George Kambosos. Huge fight. Before we get into that, recap last week, pay-per-view. Tank Davis gets it done for us. Round 4 through 6, plus 250. Knocks out Rolando Romero. Danny, what were your thoughts on Tank's performance?
Man, that fight pretty much it went the way I thought, man. I knew he was gonna have like some issues in the beginning because Romero is kind of tricky. He's got a weird style to him. But like we both said, it was just a matter of time before Romero got caught with the left hook or left uppercut.
Yeah, Tank kind of did what we thought he would do. Romero was trying to make it almost like a fight, kind of, because obviously boxing wise he couldn't compete with Tank. Tank gets the knockout, clean knockout. Romero stumbles into the ropes. There's the picture of the knockout. Beautiful thing, beautiful thing. Romero can now talk about a rematch, which he's never going to get. Uh, he claimed he was up 6 rounds to 0 on Tank, which was outlandish. That's a lie. And he thinks he's going to get a rematch. I don't think so. What do you think about his post
Uh
fight comments?
nah, I don't think so either. Davis, they asked him that, and he literally just started laughing. You could argue he won all 6 rounds, which I don't think so. I thought he was up 4-2. But like I said, man, it was just a matter of time before he got knocked out, and all that shit he was talking before the fight, like he looks foolish now.
Yeah, he was pretty stupid, like in the pre-fight presser. But I will say this: he was getting under Tank's skin, and thank you, Heavenly Herd, for the shout out. Yeah, let's get it again. And as
So,
Big Show says, smash that like as you guys come in. Yeah, I thought, he kind of was doing a good job agitating Tank, but Tank, it was only, as we were saying, maritime. He gets the knockout, gets the finish. Doors are wide open for him. Possibilities are endless. Last fight on Mayweather's deal, the fight we're about to talk about right now, undisputed lightweight championship fight, the number one, arguably number one, number two guys, then Tank. I think Tank could fight the winner here, or maybe he fights the loser. Who knows? Or Ryan Garcia was there barking, saying he wants Tank. Allegedly, he bet $20,000 with Errol Spence on Romero, which was stupid.
yeah,
But
that's just
yeah, that was pretty outrageous. But yeah, we'll see what happens with Tank. What are you thinking is going to happen with his future?
I don't know, man. But honestly, I don't think he fights Haney or Cambosis or Garcia in the next fight because well, Garcia's already got a fight now with Fortuna
Yep.
in July 16th, if I'm
Yep.
not mistaken. Um, And I'm not sure, man. Like you said, the sky's the limit now because he's he did a statement with that knockout with Romero, and the thing that's tricky is that Cambosis has that a rematch clause. So if he loses, then that's another fight.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
re- yeah. So we'll see what happens with Tank in his next fight. Should be interesting.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be whatever it is. It's gonna be a big draw, big pay per view fight.
But
He's
yeah. Yep.
definitely made himself to be a pay per view star, so to speak. So
How?
should be
Hey, Preston. How about who you think? What's gonna happen? Because that was his last fight on the Mayweather contract.
with where he goes, or
Yeah, you think he does? I think he's fine by himself, honestly, in my opinion.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I think he'll get fights by himself. Or I mean, I
You
was
think you think he goes back?
yeah, because I was gonna say like he could sign with like Premier Boxing and Al Heyman, and then get fights with them, but as we're going to discuss soon, Haney has a deal with ESPN. ESPN pretty much has top rank fighters. Top rank has a decent stable of guys. I think he'll make more money by himself. It's just we have to see who his next fight is. If it's a lower tier level fighter, then he might be like, "Oh crap, I should sign with a promoter to give me the bigger, better fights." But people are calling him out. It's not like he doesn't have fights
For sure.
ready, so I think he'll do fine. Like Mayweather did it. Mayweather went by himself, Mayweather got all those big fights, got paid big, and did the job. So we'll see. I want Tank to fight a Haney, a Kambosos, or a Garcia next. We'll see if it isn't one of those three. I think it's going to be a step down, but Romero was, to me, a huge step down from Isaac Cruz. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
We'll see though, man. That would be interesting. Yeah, I think it's a step down, but just Romero, the way he is, the way he fights against like Isaac Cruz would be interesting.
Oh, if Romero fought Cruz?
Yeah.
I think Cruz would knock him out.
I think it'll knock him out too.
Yeah. I think that was Romero's only shot basically for a big opportunity. And he didn't blow it, but that's why he was talking so much. So that being said, we can move on to our main event this week. If you guys are on Twitter, hop onto the YouTube. We're here every Tuesday at 7 p.m. So check us out on YouTube. Main
8
event
p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern.
8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Pacific. I got all the time zones down.
There you go.
Yeah. Main event this week, we have Devin Haney going to Melbourne, Australia to fight the hometown kid, George Kambosos Jr. Kambosos just finished. Well, he didn't finish. They defeated Teofimo Lopez. That was his last bout. Huge upset. Lopez kind of fought a bad fight. Haney's off a good win over Jojo Diaz, where he was a little more, I won't say physical, but a little more offensive, throwing a little more heavy shots, put himself more into the fire. We'll see if he translates that into this bout. Early thoughts, Danny, what are you liking?
Yeah, like you were saying, Kambosos had a huge win, big underdog against Teofimo. And I'm not trying to discredit him, but I just think Lopez just did like he had a horrible game plan. His dad did not know what the hell he was talking about in the corner, giving him horrible advice. And, Lopez was talking about he was going to give him, get a knockout. Just like kind of like Romero in a way, like, oh, I'm going to knock him out real quick. And he went for it in the first round, swinging crazy wide. Yeah. And then he got caught. Got knocked down in the first round. And it was, for me, I'm huge when it comes to this model, and styles makes fights. And I think with the styles and Lopez's game plan in that fight, Kambosos looked better than he was, in my opinion. But that's just me. What do you think about that for that Lopez fighting Kambosos?
Yeah, so I rewatched the fight actually today, and Lopez came out guns a-blazing. He thought he was going to knock this guy out, in like 3 rounds, basically. Kambosos settled down, and like you said, when Lopez got dropped near the end of the first round, it kind of changed the mentality of the fight. Kambosos realized, okay, I can drop this guy. I'm in here. I can take a shot. I can give a shot. And Lopez had to fight. He never altered his game plan. Like you said, his dad he's in his corner, basically barking at him, you're the best, you're this, you're that. And he's just not sticking to an easy game plan, jabbing, straight rights, just throwing hook after hook, trying to get the guy against the ropes, landing heavy bombs. I'll give it to Kambosos. That's why once we discussed the fight this week, his chin held up. He did get hit like pretty cleanly, but his chin held up for the majority of the fight. We got Sharpie in the chat. What's going on, Sharpie?
What up, Sharpie?
I like hearing that for Ghostman. I got a little something Ghostman for prize picks, which we can discuss a little later. But yeah, no, I thought Lopez fought the wrong fight. I thought, as you just said, Kambosos was made to look better than he is. He gets hit a lot. I think he can cut fairly easily with the way, like just the way he was like getting hit. Like he wasn't getting like bruised too bad, but he was getting hit quite a bit. And then Lopez was just out of whack.
Dude, I mean, he turned it around later on in that fight.
He almost dropped him in like round 10. Yeah.
No, he did drop him. He did drop him, if I'm not mistaken, didn't he? In like the 10th round?
I think he hurt him bad. I don't think he dropped though. Yeah.
But and then I don't know if it's 110% true, but after that fight, Lopez was talking about he had a lot of medical issues. I forgot exactly what it was. Something with his lungs or something like that, or his liver. Not sure,
Yeah, because I
but
believe they had to postpone the fight prior. Yeah,
I'm not. What Sharpie said, let me see.
will win you money
Will
to
you
pay
money to
for
pay
hookers and glow.
Sharpie's hilarious, bro. Um, but yeah, I'm not trying to turn this into a Teofimo Lopez or whatever. But it, like in other words, Kambosos had a good, upset in that one. I'm excited for this fight. We've somebody's gonna be undisputed after we find out who wins
Yes.
the fight. Haney had a good performance versus Jojo Diaz, and like you were saying earlier, he was fighting a little bit more aggressive than he usually does. But I think it's just because Jojo Diaz is a smarter guy. He has moved up not that long ago, like I think like 3 fights before. And he was trying, put it on him. And yeah, a lot of people say Haney's boring, this and that, and it's true. And sometimes I do think it gets to his head. Like the Linares fight, he only did that the last 3, 4 rounds max, and then he got caught late in that fight. But Linares has power, man, and Haney, he's a smart guy. He's got a great jab, good footwork, good defense. His defense could be a little bit better, but I like him in this fight, man. Kambosos is quick. He showed me a lot against Lopez, but like I said, styles make fights, and I think Haney can neutralize a lot with his jab, and he's a
Yeah.
fast starter. That jab is one of the best, in the game. It's up there. I'll put it up there. If he doesn't do a Lopez and goes out in a different game plan and tries to be too aggressive or anything like that, I think he gets it done by decision, and that's just my take. I know it's in Australia, but like you were saying, Haney is signed by ESPN Top Rank. This is gonna be on ESPN, and I'm pretty damn sure they just signed him for I think 3 fight deal. They're not gonna let these Australians like try to rob him. I'm pretty sure I heard some of the judges are gonna be American. I don't know. Don't quote me on that 110%, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, and then you just said too, right? There's the rematch clause. So if it's
Exactly.
a disputed decision, they'll just rematch. And I would assume in like Las Vegas or LA, or something, depending on like how poor the scorecards are. Yeah, we got Nick in here. Boss Nick, what's up, Nick, in the
Nikki.
chat as well. I'll tell you. So this is what's strange because I have a lot of the same sentiments as you. The current line at mybookie.ag, enter that promo code PUBSPORTS, get your 100% deposit bonus for Bitcoin, 50% for credit or debit. The current line is Devin Haney minus 160, George Kambosos plus 140, over 10 and a half rounds at minus 400. So that is literally the current line right now at mybookie.ag. Devin Haney by decision is minus 105.
There's
So
been there's been some crazy line movement, Pete, because I seen it go up to minus 200 and then went back down, like you said.
So I could have sworn I thought it opened at like minus 250 for Devin Haney, and then I thought it's just been keeping creeping down to where what is Haney going to be like a minus 150? Because I agree with basically everything you just said. What I think is going to happen is Haney. I would love for him to jab, not even like straight jab, but jab to the body, tire, try to tire Kambosos out. Because if Kambosos gets tired, Haney could really start picking him apart later in the round because the best rounds for Kambosos are going to be the first 6 to me. Eventually, Haney's going to get his timing, hit him with those straight rights, pop him, and I think Kambosos' chin and his size, as you were alluding to earlier, will help him take it to decision. But Haney, my worry is the Diaz fight and a Bill Linares fight was he does get hit a little more frequently than I thought. I thought he was like a really like slick moving boxer, but he puts himself in the danger quite a bit, like in the corner. Like he wasn't like trading, but he was getting like caught with like uppercuts, overhands when he was like trying, like he was leaving his chin out there a little too much. And Cambosis, we saw him drop Lopez. Like he has that sneaky, I would say like sneaky, like speed and power where you don't really see
Yeah.
it. And then boom, he catches you. and like he could drop Haney. That is a worry of mine. But the overall better technical boxer is Devin Haney. I just worry about line movement because it's to me it's nuts. I think Haney should be like
Yeah.
a minus 300.
It's going up and down though, P, because like you said it was like minus 160, and I saw like I think it was yesterday early, it was like minus 210. And then the line movement went crazy again and went back to like minus 170. So you got a lot of people on Kambosos and Haney just fighting, with that money line. One thing about this fight, right? So Haney's going to Australia without his team, without his father, trainer. He's actually going with his godfather, which is Zab Judah's dad. He's been with him his whole life, so it's not like somebody new or anything like
Yeah.
that. Um, and I just love how Haney is like his whole attitude about this fight. He don't give a shit where is that, who I gotta go with, what I gotta do. He got vaccinated, like he doesn't care. Like everything's been on Kambosos' plate. Like everything he wanted, he got. And Kambosos, man, he's acting out here not Teofimo Lopez style, but
Yeah.
and I don't know if you've seen the press conferences and stuff and interviews and stuff like that, but you could tell a little bit Kambosos is getting big headed and he's talking reckless a little bit. Not like Romero or anything like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I just don't like that. And then before this fight even got scheduled, he's gonna come out and say, "Oh, I don't need a rematch, this and this and that. I'm gonna beat you and that's it. And I'm gonna send you on your way." But when they were doing negotiations and they signed for this fight, he made sure it was a rematch clause. And I'm like, come on, bro. Like Haney just smells and looks like he has all the confidence in the world. And Kambosos right now is looking shook in my eyes. So I think he has some question marks in his head. But that's just me. That's why I see in Kambosos right now.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that to me, and shout out Real Deal Prime and Seth in the chat. What's going on,
What
guys?
up?
A lot of that to me is it's almost like the Andy Ruiz type thing where he beat Joshua, and then he ballooned up. He thought he was the man, gets the rematch, loses, and now he's trying to get back where he was. Uh, I do think, though, watching the fights. Hey, what's going on, Sarah? Thanks for hopping in the chat.
Republic.
Yeah, and I do think Kambosos does have skills though. Like that's the thing. Rewatching the
Mhm.
Lopez fight, I didn't think he looked as impressive watching it live, but rewatching it, he did have skills. But Lopez got drawn into the wrong fight. Haney, I think, is
Right.
a much smarter fighter
Yeah.
where maybe he'll give around here, around there, but overall he's going to stick to the game plan. And to me, the game plan should be if he really jabs the body, hits some straight rights to the body, picks him apart with the straight, the jab, the straight right, uppercuts. I think he can really start cutting up Cambosos's face,
Yeah.
and he could cruise to a decision. I know you're not as worried as I am regarding the judges because there's been a few screwy, scorecards recently.
Oh, for
Like,
sure. For
yeah,
sure.
like
I don't doubt that. I just think like in this situation, we haven't had that in like other ones like John Ryder or the Jacobs fight. But because like I said, he's signed with ESPN and Top Rank, and they're definitely not gonna let these guys just have all Australian judges trying
yeah,
to rob the. I think it could be a close fight though. I mean, I won't be surprised if I see a split or something like that. And then the whole rematch clause thing comes up, obviously.
yeah. I think unless one of the guys just like rolls, I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be a rematch around like Christmas time. If it's even close, like regardless who wins. But yeah, I like it. I like Haney. I like Haney here. Like Haney by decision, as I'm sure you're thinking the same thing. I want to see what Prize Picks puts up. If you guys are new, Prize Picks promo code PUBSPORTS $100 deposit bonus match up to 100%, up to $100. Because if they put up like a Haney punches landed in like the 80s, 90s, I'll go over that
Oh yeah, for sure.
because I think he'll land. And usually they're pretty low on the punches landed. Like I did a second one with Tank Davis. It was a stupid one. Punches land for Tank was 77 and a half. He landed 25. when he knocked out Romero. So that was like just like a dumb over I did.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
come on, Pete.
Haney,
You should know better than that. He's so low
no.
volume. It's
Yeah, I know,
crazy.
but Haney, like if they're gonna throw 80 to 90, I'll go over that. I'll probably move it with an MMA prediction too, because they have a ton of MMA.
Yeah, because
Game.
I like that because you'll probably agree with me. I see this fight going the distance. Like I don't see a knockout. Maybe a knockdown just by one of those not lucky, but nice little counters. Because one thing you said that I agree with, and I think both fighters are like that. They both get hit with the overhand right a lot. Not a lot, but
Yeah,
and Kambosos does have he has good counters. And my worry is like if you do have Australian judges, all of them, I'll definitely be scared because obviously he's at home and anything he does, the crowd's gonna be like, oh shit, he hit him, and then he barely hit him or something. It could
yeah,
be anything. So we'll see with that. But I love if I goes the distance for a parlay piece.
yeah,
I think it's like minus 350 or something like that or 400. And then obviously Haney by decision.
yeah. I think it's. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's Haney's fight to lose, but if anything, if you guys are watching live, like if you watch the fight live, you could, and if you don't want to bet Haney pre-fight, I think Haney is more susceptible to drop the first 2, 3, 4 rounds, and then come on later and start to take over. So maybe you could get plus money on Haney watching live. And Nigel Lee in the chat saying Kambosos with a greasy decision, which could happen. I mean,
It
Kambosos
could,
isn't.
yeah.
Yeah, he's not a bad fighter. That's what
Mm-mm.
Rewatching the fight with Lopez, he hit him
He's
clean.
fast, bro. He's
Yeah,
fast.
to me, he almost looked. I know you're talking about Romero being or Tank's undersized. I thought Kambosos looks a little undersized too when I've seen them do like a head to head, like at the
Yeah,
press conference. So I'm pretty sure Haney's going to
yeah.
have the reach.
Oh, he
Again,
does.
he
He
just
does.
has to use like we're saying, use the jab. I really say if you go to the body and you start tiring him out, round 7 to 12, you can
Yeah.
basically coast and just beat him to the punch left and right. I mean, Kambosos is obviously going to push the pace, try to trap him in the corner, hit him with hooks. We'll see, how well that goes. As we've discussed, it's in Australia. Nigel Lee's factoring that in, of course. But I'm with you. I think Haney by decision. Mybookie.ag right now, minus 105. That's what I'm locking in.
Same
Uh,
here. So that's our best bet.
yeah. Nevro is asking, yo, can Haney fight without his poppy? Dude looked lost at the press
Oh,
conference without his side rat by his side.
nah, he'll be fine, bro. Another thing about Cambosos, man, so Haney's dad was trying to get like access to have like virtual, have his headset and be, giving him advice from the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And Cambosos' team declined it.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
bro, man, they're trying to get every little tiny thing, bro. It's crazy. And hey, it's fun because when Haney wins, he can say, "Look, I gave you everything, and I still came to your own house, hometown, and still beat you." But I mean, we'll
Yeah.
see, man. It should be a real. I think it's gonna be a chess match. I just gotta trust Haney in this one, man, because the key is that jab, bro. If he establishes that jab early, it's Cambosos is gonna have a hard time. But we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, Lopez just came in the fight throwing hooks left and right.
Dude, how many jabs did he throw?
Yeah. I mean, it was non-existent. Yeah, it was horrible. Horrible game plan, horrible coaching, and yeah, I agree. I think Haney by decision. I like that quite a bit. I just don't like Haney got loads going against him. Haney ain't even KO'd a dude that had 19 professional fights.
Yeah, true. Like he's not. I'm not saying nobody said Haney's a power puncher or anything like that. He's more of a technical boxer, good outside boxer, great jab, footwork, mid range.
Yeah, but that's where
Um,
we were saying earlier. Haney is trying to be more of an action fighter the last couple of fights. He
yeah,
put himself in those type of fights. If Haney wants to fight boring as shit and throw 15 punches
Yes.
around, he's going to win a 120, 108
Yes,
decision.
give me boring, give me jab. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You try to go in there and win at all costs. You're not trying to go, you're fighting for undisputed and you're gonna try to go out your element and change your game plan the way you fight. Nah, that's not a good idea. Because then Kambosos is gonna win easy.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Kambosos is best chance first 6 rounds. Then round 7 and 12, Haney starts really taking over and looking very, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's undisputed at 135. He's got a lot of opportunities. Haney will show he ain't got a chin. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I don't.
I,
I mean, Haney's not the best. Nev hates Haney. Haney is soft.
I
Haney
could
don't
tell.
have a chin.
Hold on. So I mean, if you want to speak like that, how the hell does Haney doesn't have a chin if like he hasn't been knocked out? And Kambosos is gonna be the one knocking him out? I don't
No,
think so. Am I? Yeah.
Nev says he doesn't hate him. Yeah, no, I like Haney's just the better technical boxer. Yeah, he's not the most likable, the most entertaining. It's boxing. The better technical boxer wins more often than not, unless he fights a stupid fight.
Yeah, KOs don't mean nothing. Look at Teofimo Lopez when he fought Kambosos. Like, I mean, that says it all right there.
I mean, Bivol beat Canelo because Bivol was the better technical boxer. He beat a lot of fighters. So Kambosos beat Lopez. Who else? What's his record? I don't even know who else he beat.
Yeah, Nick, I had some technical difficulties at home, bro. I had to improvise, and I'm in the car right now.
Lee Selby, Mickey Bay. So those are the big wins for him.
Ooh.
I mean, Mickey, yeah. And all these fights, he won by split. It's not like he knocked these guys out. So Devin Haney wouldn't beat Lopez, he's saying. Boots Ennis beats all these guys. Boots does, but Boots is bigger than these guys, man.
Oh, now you're speaking my language. That's my guy right there, bro. Boots Ennis, man, I've been saying his name forever. Like,
yeah, Boots is at 147. These guys,
that's at 147. Right? Yeah, it's way too big.
Haney beat a dude by decision. He does. Haney does beat dudes by decision. He's going to beat this dude by decision too this Saturday. So get your money down, Nev. Yeah, I like Haney by decision. Yeah, Haney, he's not an action-packed fighter. I mean, what more do you want? Floyd was the same way. Floyd was boring as shit forever. And then Floyd started putting it on a little more. Like not everyone's an action-packed boxer.
Let's just give our best bet real quick.
Yeah,
which they know already.
Yeah, Haney decision -105. That's where I'm going.
Haney decision. We're on the same boat again. Like last week we were on the same page, exact bet. So hopefully we can catch another one. Not as nice as last week's. It was plus 250, but I mean, even money, I'll take it.
Yeah, and then guys, make sure to tune in to the nightcap. It's going to go on in a couple minutes. Stay tuned right here, Pub Sports Radio. All the content will be back next Tuesday. I'm sure there's another big bout, and we will see you guys then. Have a good one. Peace.
Hit that like. Let's go.